Earth is losing its treasures, unique creatures that have thrived for millennia. Amid threats such as deforestation, habitat loss, climate change, diseases, and hunting, 10 species have been highlighted as particularly at risk. Today, we're shedding light on 10 species that are on the brink of extinction this 2025. It's not too late to make a difference. 1. European mink. Once thriving across Europe, the European mink is now critically endangered, pushed out by habitat loss and competition with invasive species. With only small populations left in Eastern Europe and Russia, conservation efforts are urgent. The European mink's range has been reduced by over 85% since the mid-19th century. The remaining population is small, fragmented, and declining. Speaking of aquatic creatures facing immense pressure, let's talk about the next species. 2. Antillean manatee. Known as the sea cow, the Antillean manatee is at risk due to boat collisions, pollution, and habitat destruction. Found in the Caribbean and parts of Central and South America, their numbers continue to dwindle. Throughout the wider Caribbean region, manatee populations have been reduced by direct hunting, bycatch, vessel strikes, and habitat loss and degradation. From the calm waters to the vast open oceans, our next species is a true gentle giant. Number 3. Whale shark. The gentle giant of the seas, the whale shark, faces threats from overfishing, habitat loss, and pollution. It is thought that the most significant threat to whale sharks is habitat loss or degradation in the form of overfishing of reef fish, coastal development, land-based pollution, increased boat traffic, and noise pollution. Fishing for meat and fins, harassment, and boat strikes also pose serious threats to whale sharks. These filter feeders are critical to marine ecosystems, but are now dangerously close to extinction. Let's dive back onto land to meet one of the rarest big cats in the world. 4. Amur leopard. The Amur leopard is found on the border of eastern China and northern Russia. However, these leopards once roamed not only in China and Russia, but Korea as well. Over the years, the number of Amur leopards has dramatically decreased. The population was so diminished in the 1970s that, during that decade, there were only 30 Amur leopards left. From the frigid wilderness, we now turn to the Caribbean, where a giant frog faces a microscopic threat. 5. Mountain chicken frog. Despite its odd name, the mountain chicken is actually a giant frog native to the Caribbean islands of Dominica and Montserrat. Despite surviving hurricanes, volcanic eruptions, and being hunted for centuries, the mountain chicken frog has been driven to the brink of extinction by a deadly microscopic fungus. Amphibian Chytridia mycosis arrived in Dominica in 2002 and caused the population to plummet by over 99%. Our next species isn't just endangered, it's one of the most beautiful primates in the world. Number 6. Gray-shanked Duke langur. Known as one of the most beautiful primates in the world, the gray-shanked Duke langur is critically endangered. Habitat destruction and hunting for traditional medicine have decimated their numbers. Since the late 1970s, the gray-shanked Duke langur population has declined by over 80%, and it is estimated that only 1,000 individuals remain. Leaving the treetops, let's explore the tiny and extraordinary world of chameleons. Number 7. Nguru spiny pygmy chameleon. From Tanzania's Nguru Mountains comes one of the smallest reptiles on Earth, the Nguru spiny pygmy chameleon. This chameleon is heavily impacted by the international pet trade, which has reduced its already small population. This micro-wonder is also vanishing due to habitat loss and climate change. From small and spiky to slow and steady, our next species has been to the moon, almost. 8. Steppe tortoise. Famous for being the first vertebrate to orbit the moon, the steppe tortoise is now under threat. They are becoming extinct because of human activity and people moving into their habitat and taking over it, and then also people wanting to have a tortoise as a pet. They are all wild-caught and being transported to people, and that is taking a toll on its species. When they are caught, they look for females and their eggs. Then the females are returned to the wild, but the eggs are taken, incubated, hatched into hatchlings, and then released into a tortoise trade. From ancient creatures to majestic ones, let's soar into the forests for the next species. 9. Great hornbill. The majestic great hornbill relies on large tracts of undisturbed forest and is highly vulnerable to deforestation. Its range extends across mainland Asia from India through China, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, Cambodia, and peninsular Malaysia to the Indonesian island of Sumatra. Poaching and deforestation are causing its numbers to dwindle rapidly. Our final stop takes us to the wilderness, where an iconic predator fights for its pack. 10. African wild dog. Known for their strong pack bonds, the African wild dog roams the remote wilderness of South Sudan. Habitat fragmentation and human-wildlife conflict have left fewer than 6,000 in the wild. The destruction of their habitat also forces them into conflict with humans, especially when they hunt livestock. When wild dogs enter human-dominated landscapes, they are susceptible to diseases like rabies and canine distemper that are carried by domestic dogs and can wipe out entire packs. These species are more than just names, they're essential threads in the fabric of life. If we don't act now, they could disappear forever. Support conservation efforts, raise awareness, and let's work together to protect our planet's incredible biodiversity. Which of these species surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content about saving our planet. Until next time, see you in the next video.